Thank you so much for staying with us. On Trends today, students at the University of Ibadan have devised a far-reaching strategy to engage the public and secure the necessary funds to meet their registration deadline. I beg your pardon. This initiative comes in response to the recent hike tuition fee, which was increased by over 500% from 30 to 60,000 naira to 230 to 412,000 naira. With the deadline set for 20th, a significant increase that has left many students scrambling to find ways to afford their education. The students have turned to crowdfunding, leveraging social media platforms and community network to appeal for financial support. The increase in tuition fees has been a contentious issue, sparking debate about the affordability of education and the government's role in ensuring that higher education remains accessible to Nigeria. We have reactions on this story. Abiodun wrote, "It's just really sad to hear. The same school we went to, holding on to our non-silver spoons, has now become too glossy to behold. How did we get here?" The deadline is 20th of September, and many of us are yet to pay. The hike is just too much, and that is from Marufat. And this will make me to ask Chukuma, what do you think of this? Because I can remember you said your school fees was 45 naira, be 15.
Yeah.
How much was the school fees that year?
I'll tell you, but before that, I think this is the story of a country, of a rich country of poor people.
Okay.
That is what we have become.
Right.
A beggar nation.
But you know, we also have the
NEL
loan.
fund.
Yeah.
The NEL fund. I will come to the NEL fund.
Okay.
Fina, I practically had free education.
So how much was the school fees that year?
45 naira.
What of you, Moses? How much was the school fees?
There was a time I paid 100 naira school fees.
And that 45
That was
naira was more like exam fee. Exam fee.
Imagine.
Accommodation was 90 naira. 90 naira for a hall, you know, of four students. And all of that. And we have a nation, a rich nation of poor people, people by poor people. It's quite unfortunate. You know, and look at the increase from 200 to 400,000.
From 30,000 to 60,000 in some departments.
Because
in some
I also know
now.
that for my son, who is in sophomore, I know how much I paid. His school fees was increased from 50,000 naira, a federal university, to 160-something thousand naira at short notice. And the students had to go on strike. You know why? Because the VC had to go into the exam hall to pull out final year students.
Compelling them to pay.
To pay from exam hall. And the students went on rampage and had to stay at home for 4 months. 4 clear months. Quite unfortunate. But like Fina, you said, what is happening to NEL fund? But some people are also not interested in the fund because it's a loan that you don't know when you will graduate. You don't know when you will get a job. Before you start repaying the loan.
Remember the 2 years, if you couldn't pay within 2 years, you'll be arrested.
And all of that. So it's an unfortunate situation.
It is. It's affecting education from primary all the way to the higher institution. Unfortunately, one starts to wonder, will there be soccer? Or should we now consider homeschooling? Because even in Lagos State now, the Lagos, this is for students in secondary school.
Yeah, the model college.
Yes, model. They've increased their school fees from 35,000 naira to 100,000 naira, and parents have clamored for a reversal. But the government, the state government, have said, look, there will be none. So get used to it. Basically, that's what they are saying. So Nigerians will have to. I mean, it's a time to reconsider the number of children you want to have and how many will go to school. And we know that back in the day, a lot of people, especially the firstborn children, forfeited their education for the younger ones. And we're saying it was even cheaper then. So imagine now that people are having to pay through their nose, and education is, and you want, it's crazily expensive.
So that shows that statement of the president about out-of-school children, zero tolerance for out-of-school children now have been defeated with this, what we're seeing today. So we'll have more children now out of school.
We will have more people out of school. We will have more people out of school, unfortunately. And especially having dropouts from institutions will not augur well with our labor force.
Yeah.
Because, we'll be having half-baked individuals occupying positions. And we're talking about people going into SMEs. So who are those to now learn the trade, go into SMEs when they cannot even get proper education?
That's what is happening. Okay, also on trends, Lebanon witnessed a series of simultaneous explosions on Tuesday, resulting in the death of at least 8 Hezbollah fighters and injuries to thousands more. The explosion, which occurred across various regions of Lebanon, were caused by handed pagers under the Hezbollah's members. The explosion has been described as a sophisticated cyber attack against Hezbollah, with many pointing fingers to Israel, although the Israeli military has declined to comment on this matter. Hezbollah has condemned the attack, calling it a blatant act of aggression. John Tichy reacted to that story, and then he said, if it can be done with pagers, then with cell phones too. Everyone who has a cell phone now fear on lock. And this shows that it's more like the war happening between Israel and the Palestinians is not really going down anytime soon, even when some countries have come up to accuse Israel of committing war crimes. Chukuma, do you think this issue?
Fina, this is what they call bombastic.
With pager bomb.
Pager. When I saw this news, I was like, pager. You know, pagers. We were using pagers to send mails, before email made on
pager bomb
and all of that. And I was wondering, how could, people, about 2,000 pagers exploded at the same time and killed 8 people. This is sophisticated cyber attack. And you begin to think whether technology is taking us back to barbarianism, because that is what it clearly means. Internet technology, science is supposed to take you away from the barbarian mode of life to civilization.
Yeah.
So are we regressing? Are we going back to, because absolutely killing people like this, but Israel has declined.
They have not commented about that.
At this point, nobody knows where it is coming from. But beyond this, I think the whole issue of the Arab-Palestinian crisis, it is time it should be settled, because it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anybody. It's quite unfortunate. It's
quite unfortunate indeed. Talking about technology, of course, there are 2 sides to every coin.
Yeah.
So in as much as it brings development, there's also the aspect of where some of those developments will be used against the people. It's an unfortunate one. We do hope. We can only hope for better things in the future.
Yeah, exactly. And I also pray
technology will continue to,
I pray that the whole issue happening in the Arab region, it's high time the ones who have been a grave should share their salt.
They will not. They will not. So
since 1948, Arab-Israeli war.
There's no point.
Till today.
Let's hope that it comes.
The holy books.
Let's pray it comes to an end.
Let's hope it comes to an end very soon. Oh, well, this is a good place to wrap up this conversation on VOP this morning. Up next is Newspaper Review by Moses and Chukwuma. On behalf of my colleagues, we say a very, very big thank you to you for staying with us. My name is Chukwuma Okoro, and we had Fina Okechukwu and Moses Humphrey with us. And the back crew, thanks everybody for being great this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day.